You claim I cheated, but I took exam A, while he took exam B. Do you really think I'd let him copy? That logic's absurd. My little sidekick looked innocent, but just as Lynn was about to bawl, the principal called her back like he had just got a thief red-handed. Facing accusations, Lynn couldn't defend herself. She gritted her teeth. Her parents got the call like a babysitter's dreaded call. Although she was expelled right away, she did get to stay and reflect punishment. The principal wrapped it up with a single word: poor. Because of being poor, she helped someone cheat for cash, which left her dad fuming. He worked his tail off to get her to study in the U.S. Instead, his daughter almost ruined her bright future for a few bucks. He thought she was dazzled by the bright lights of the big city. So, in his rage, he took off the shoes he bought for her, advising her to cut ties with those flaky friends. What a strange parental tactic. The truth is, she came to America with one mission: to tackle the toughest math competition around. She aimed to follow in her late mother's footsteps, entering Juilliard in New York to study piano, but the only help came from those rich. At first, Lynn just wanted to help her bestow Grace. She's my friend, and helping out is just a kind thing to do. But cheating can be like a drug. Once you try it, you're hooked. Once you start, it'll keep happening, like exam freebies. Her best eye behind has no clue. Watching her friend look like she's just lost an exam battle, Lynn thought, it's just an ordinary test. Why not help her buddy out this one time? She whipped through the test and, seeing the teacher yawning, quickly switched back to her original pen sneaky. Then, she scribbled the answers on her eraser. Sneakily noticing the teacher texting his girlfriend, she casually reminded her friend. After making sure her friend got it, Lynn slowly took off her shoe to stash the eraser. What an ingenious plan. She powered up and launched the answers from her shoe. But just then, the teacher noticed something amiss and started patrolling the classroom. Lynn was unshaken, but her friend was a bundle of nerves, frantically ready to throw her stinky shoe away. Seeing the teacher about to sit, Lynn had an idea and posed like a sprinter, extending her foot fast. Finally filled her friend's giant pit, and they sped through it. Her friend scored a stellar 4.3. Lynn's selfless help made her friend so grateful she invited her out for a fun time. Little did they know it would change her destiny. Ultimately, this move also changed the rules of U.S. testing forever. When her friend bragged about her high score to her boyfriend, Parker recognized a golden opportunity right away. In America, there are countless people like him who are clueless. They are rich and powerful, just missing a good reputation, and getting into prestigious schools is the best way to boost that. And someone like Lynn, so smart and helpful, is like a golden goose sent from above. After some haggling, they settled on a cool $3,000. Parker thought it was a steal. Parker even sweetened the deal with an extra $2,000 and handed Lynn over to his buddy. And just like that, Lynn's piano training class became an unstoppable force, using piano hand movements to send out answers. Talk about winning. Later, she competed with another top student, Saga, over a scholarship. Her piano class was forced to shut down. Just when Lynn was in trouble with her snooty parents, a bigger opportunity was already knocking. A fatter deal was coming. As a businessman in New York, he had the leverage to recommend people into Juilliard a real VIP pass. He offered his recommendation, 10 years of free rent in a luxury apartment, plus $100, all for a guaranteed high score. This made Lynn, who had been feeling hopeless, perk up again because the SAT is a major hurdle for college admissions. But figuring out how to assist those guys in cheating during the exam became her biggest dilemma. That night, while relaxing and flipping through the channels, she stumbled upon a news story. Suddenly, a bold idea popped into Lynn's head when the news reported that the South Korean president flew to the U.S. at 6 a.m. to address the North-South situation. He landed in D.C. at the same time, 6 a.m., but the White House wasn't even open yet, making him wait outside for 2 hours. Now, that's not the weird part. The kicker is that there's over a 10-hour time difference between the two places. In other words, Lynn thought that since this was a one-off transaction, she might as well make a huge profit at one go. After all, she was going to her cheap anyway. She just needed to find another decent helper, and everything would fall into place. The next day, the new Oriental ICT training class was booming. This was a pen ready to change American history. Each pen denotes an ICT exam answer, with varying width barcodes for different answers. The biggest was A, followed by B, C, D, and so on. Thanks to America's fun education, Gaok has a sea of choices. Buy this pen, get a first-class future. Those crucial 3 hours on a Wednesday should be about us choosing the school, not letting the schools choose us. The power to decide is in our hands. And how the answers come about, that's the magic of Eastern with Kid Len. She would head to the farthest east, Philly, take the exam, memorize the answers, and get ready to show off her skills. Thanks for viewing, subscribe to our channel.